All right, good morning, everybody. We're ready to kick off another Sneak Peek Wednesday where you get to spend the first 2 hours of the day with us, get a peek of what goes on inside the Average Joe Trading Education chat room. So we want to welcome you out to that today. All right, so every day, if you tune in to our pre-market show, every day I like to start it off with a message. And today, what my message is, every gift doesn't come gift wrapped. Every gift that we get is not going to be wrapped up in this nice, neat little package. We always look for our gifts when we get birthday gifts or Christmas gifts to see how pretty the package is. It's like we always gravitate to that package that looks the best. But oftentimes, it's not all what it seems. Some of the best wrapped and the most meticulously wrapped presents have the cheapest things inside the box. It's like you spend $10 on wrapping for a $5 present. So, that's not a lot of a true gift. And not all gifts that you get are going to be wrapped. And as growing up, you start to understand that. And I started to see that some of the best gifts in life don't come in this nice little neat box. And it's like that in trading. You have a lot of communities that try to sell you this package or say, you join us and we're going to give you this nice, neat little wrap package and you can be successful in 6 months or 3 months. No, all you need is this present. You just need this gift from us. We're giving you our system. But the reality is they may not even be using the system that they give you themselves. They may tell you they're using it. They may show you with their right hand that, hey, this is what we're doing, but the left hand's doing something else. So every gift doesn't come wrapped. And I know growing up, I was a type person where if something was hard, if I started to do something and it became difficult, I felt that it wasn't for me. That if it was easy, then it's meant for me. If it was meant to be for me, then it would be easy. I wouldn't have to put in all this work and it would just be nice and neat. So whenever I started doing something and I started experiencing some failure or some struggles, I would quit. And that's what happens in trading because when you're learning to trade, you're gonna run into some problems. Excuse me, it's just like when we're learning to walk. We're gonna fall down. And falling down is part of learning to walk because we're learning what not to do. What shouldn't we do? And that's the same way that we have to deal with in trading. We're gonna run into things that's gonna be struggles. We're gonna get a gift that doesn't look like a gift. And we have to make sure that we're ready to accept it. And some of the things that we get are gonna say some assembly required. And we have to be ready for that as well. Some of the best gifts I've gotten in life have not come in a nice gift wrap box. Some have come in a plain paper bag. Some have just come in a box with 1,000 pieces in it that said some assembly required. Whatever the case is, we have to understand that just because it doesn't come easy doesn't mean that it's not meant for us. Just because it doesn't come wrapped neatly in this pretty package that we're not going to be successful. If we quit, then we're going to be a failure. The only time we become a failure is if we quit, is if we stop trying. So we have to keep that in mind. We have to make sure that we understand that trading is not going to come gift wrap. The gift of trading, the gift of learning how to trade is not going to come to you in this nice, neat, pretty wrap box. It's going to come to you maybe in a plain paper bag. It may come to you in a plain box. And it's going to have some instructions that say some assembly required. And if it comes any other way, you need to be concerned that you may be doing the wrong thing, or that you may have, the wrong package. All right, so let's look at what we have today. Let's see. Let's go down. I'm gonna skip PANW for right now since it's over 100 bucks. But if nothing else pans out, I'll come back to that. So let's see, what is SRPT doing? Oh man, hold on. I had to restart my computer early, so I don't have my Thinkorswim logged in. Give me a second to log it in here. See, SRPT predicts slower sales. Announces inducement grants under NASDAQ listing rule. They reported fourth quarter loss. They've got an earnings call. That was yesterday. Okay, no good news today. No new news today. I know this was on our list yesterday, but I don't see a fresh catalyst at this point. Not saying that there's none out there, but the source that I have, I don't have it. All right, let's look at ALR. What's up with it? Looks like yesterday we had a big dip here. Diagnostic company Alere says to delay filing annual report. That's all I see. Don't see anything else on it. Okay, BBY. That one was the first ticker that hit. When I logged in this morning, BBY was the first one on it. Best Buy post sales decline. Earnings disappointment. Everybody thinks the retail sector is gonna push up because of the speech last night. I don't know why the market reacts to speeches. It needs to react to action. I've been hearing speeches for 20 years. I want to see action. All right, let's see what's up with X. What news do we have out on X? Let's see, the first thing I'm doing is I'm going through and I'm listening. I'm looking for the catalysts on these stocks that have hit my scan to see if See if there's any reason why it would be up right now. X has been reacting to Trump. You know, I think this is based on him using U.S. steel for everything to make sure that we only use U.S. steel for all of the contracts that require it. So I think, you know, this is going to keep reacting to it. WTW, I looked at this earlier, but I don't have shares to short on it, and I think this is going to be a short today. I believe it's going to be a short today. I don't think we're going to push up any higher, but who knows? You see, the last 2 days we've run up. You know, we slammed into this yesterday, but we gapped over it. So I don't know if we're going to pull back or not. We'll see. But out of curiosity, we'll take a look at this. I mean, if it's a long, I'd be interested in it, but it just looks short right now. And I don't have shares to short, so it doesn't make sense to put it on my watch list here. DOTR. See, they beat estimates. So we'll take a look at this chart. I like it. And NDRM. Let's see what's up with it. Alright, so this is some trial results that it's up on. Alright, let's take a look at this. I'm slowing down on these pre-market trades this week. You know, last week pre-market was solid. This week has cost me a little bit. Let's look at AA. It just popped up on my scan here. It's another natural or mineral company. Let's see. Higher aluminum prices. Yeah. I think natural resources are all gonna be pushing up here for the next couple of weeks. Probably inching up a little bit. So I'll take a look at it too and see. Put that on my list to check. Alright, so let's take a look at X first. I was watching the futures last night after the speech to see if it was going to do anything. It didn't really do much. And we did get a little spike here, but you know, really didn't do much. It's like this morning we were starting to push up. But this was just going to give me an indication of where the market was going to open. You know, the SPY has gapped up about $2 or almost $2. All right, let's take a look at, yeah, X has gapped up pretty good. Let me see if we can find some levels on X here. Okay, we are trading at 40.39. me see. I don't like doing this. Okay, we've got this magnet up here. Got some choppiness here with a little, this might be a little area of concern here. But other than that, that's about it. So we're in a nice window here. The thing about X is you have to let it settle at open. This thing, typically it swings pretty good at open. So if you want to get in this early, you want to get in with smaller size so you can have enough room to let it work. But I like the window that we're in. 50. Let me see. Is this 52-week high? No, it's not 52-week high. I don't think. Yeah, 52-week high, 41.83. So we do have a chance of pushing this 52-week high today. So that's not going to be bad. All right, let's take a look at WTW. Yeah, see it's rolling over. Like I said, this looks like a short to me. So it's not gonna be on my watch unless it hits my scan for like a bottom reversal or something where I could go long, but not interested in it. Won't be on my watch list. See DLTR, little choppiness here in pre-market, but already have the levels drawn on this. So we've got, it's a decent window that we're in here, a little less than $1, but we've got some decent windows here. So if we can recover, we've got some good windows to the upside. I also want some to the downside, but I like this better if it goes long. But again, we have to sit back and wait for the open to see what the market is going to tell us. So DLTR is going to make the cut. Let's take a look at NDRM. Let me look at the daily. I'm not sure. Not sure how much I like on this. See, yesterday, this 50-day kind of held it up, but now we've gapped up over the 20. Here's our 52-week high here. We've gapped up over it. So, not sure what this is going to bring today. See, I'll mark this out just in case. I'll mark it out just in case it gets down there, but I doubt it. See, we have gapped up over 52-week high. So let me go back and see. go back, hit the 10-year daily and see what I could find on it. See, all the way back in 2015, we got a 10-year high, 2650. So we do have some levels here. It might be of interest to us. Yeah, this paints a more complete picture. We do have some tight windows here, but we'll see how this opens. I'm keeping I'll have this on my watch, but we'll see how it opens up. All right, see, we got one more here, AA. I've traded this one before. It's not a bad trader. We got a nice gap up here, just like on X. Let's see if it's gonna hold this gap or what's it gonna do. Let's see. Get the daily chart up here. Alright, so right now we're at 35.70. That's what we've gapped up to. So we've got the 20-day here, 36.76. That might come into play today. Okay, that's just a grind. Let me see. Maybe this one here. Other than that, we look pretty good. Yep. You know these levels, as you go back, like this is back in 2014. And you see I drew these levels from the last 6 months. And they're historical levels. I mean, they're solid historical levels. And this tells me, that these levels are significant. If I can mark them over here and then go back in time, 5, 6 years, and these levels are still holding up, that tells me, these levels are in play. So let me bring up 5-minute chart and let's see. This isn't much of a window here. Not much of a window. I'll keep it, may keep it on watch. It's probably going to drop. AA might drop. I don't see much range in it right now. And let's see, LOW. Let me see. I don't see any. Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's take a look at it. It's a little bit higher float, but it's not so high that it's not in play. So we're at 81. We've gapped over this. Yeah, we've gapped over all of this. All right, yeah, we've got, this is pretty nice here. We've got a nice window. So I like this one just better than some of the ones that I looked at. So right now we're looking at WTW, DLTR, NDRM, AA, and LOW. I'm probably going to replace AA. That's probably going to fall off the list because I don't really see much range in it today. So that one's probably going to fall off. As a matter of fact, we can scratch that one right now. So we'll see. Can scratch that one. Oh, WTW is not on my watch. I forgot about that. No shorts. Still doesn't mean it won't be tradable, but it'll have to hit one of my other scans. So DLTR, NDRM, and LOW is what's going to be on my watch right now. Let's see, DTW, DTLR, NDRM. All right, so I've got them on. I don't look at pre-market windows. Everything comes from the daily. Everything comes from the daily. If it's a 5 cent ticker, then I didn't even look to see. Yeah, what I won't be trading it. If NDRM, if it's a 5 cent ticker, then no dice. No dice for me. And my bias this morning is gonna be to the long side. It's gonna be to the long side. See, X will probably take its place. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll type it as soon as it is finalized. As soon as I have it finalized in my mind, I'll type it out. Pretty, pretty sure that these are the three that's gonna be on here. There's DLTR X LOW. No, I'm not looking to short anything right now. I mean, take a look at the SPY here. Let me get a big chart as you can see it. I'm not looking at shorting much of anything at this. No, unless it's just a real solid. BBY rotated off my scan. It rotated off early. It kind of made the move. I'm not sure that it's gonna actually make. Hold on. I was looking at it earlier because it was the first one that hit. And see, we practically recovered this gap. So as far as an opening watch, it's not it's not something I want to watch at the open. Now, if this hits my scan later on, or it may set up for a secondary move. But what I'm looking for on my watch list are stocks that I feel will give me the best opportunity for an opening range breakout or breakdown trade. And then y'all start looking for these secondary trades. All right, so that's my watch list for this morning. X, DLTR, and LOW. All right, so what we're gonna do is, yeah, like NDRM was a 5 cent ticker. That's why it dropped off. I'm not interested in it. So what we do now is I just sit back and watch the stocks on my watch list to see if one is going to stand out as a front runner, the one that I'm going to focus on, because I'm only going to trade one of these stocks at the open. So I sit and I watch and I try to get a feel for how it's trading and kind of develop the plan that I want to have for it if it does. Like for instance, if we're looking at X here, if X opens and it pushes and taps this 40-45 level, I may look for it to pull back and possibly give me, a short. Or if we open up and we make a run down, then I might look for it to give me a long once it recovers back up to this 40-45 or even, higher. So it just depends on how it actually opens and what it starts doing prior to open. But right now it's too early for me to have any type or to make any plans on anything right now. So I just sit back and watch. Let's see. Okay, let me see. Got somebody having trouble getting in chat this morning. Let's see what the deal is. Um, now I see what happened. February only had 28 days. So the people that subscribed on the 29th actually lost a day. That's what happened. Gotta fix that. Now I'm kind of hanging, not really looking at trading pre-market right now. The market is not conducive to it for me. After a couple days in a row of not having the timing right, these moves are happening early. So by the time I get home, it's too late. When I try to catch the second and third move, there's no follow through on it. So I have to wait until the market comes back to me before I start taking pre-market trades. But if you're here right at 8 o'clock when these moves actually happen, then you can make some pretty good money before the room even opens up. See, looks like it's. Okay, great. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I don't know, today is not really, so far today is not really looking that promising. We'll have to see what happens when the market opens. SRPT was on my um scan earlier, but you can see it closed the gap. Pretty much did the same thing BBY did. It's starting to, it kind of halfway closed this gap down. So that's what took it off my scanner. But no, it doesn't look bad. We actually have 5 or 6 stocks that actually could give us some decent opening range breakouts or breakdown trades. I just had to try to pick the best 3 for me, and sometimes I pick the wrong one. I mean, that's what happens. Let's see. Yeah, LO, everything is, if we don't get a pullback on anything and everything just keeps pushing up, then we may have a tough time with the opening range trade. Yeah, X is that's you're right. That's X being X. You are exactly right. Yeah, I didn't vet PANW because it's over $100, and I had enough to look at, below $100. Now, if I didn't have anything to look at, I would have, looked at PANW because it does, it does fit the the profile that I have because you can see. Now, I did glance at it, and it was, let's see, it did give you a good pre-market trade opportunity here. Let me open it up some. It did give you a good pre-market trade opportunity here. The spreads aren't that bad um, for this price stock. You're only talking anywhere from 10 to 15 cents at a time. So the spread is really not that big, not that bad. SRPT didn't make my watch list because it recovered over half the gap. You see, this gap down, it recovered over half the gap. So it's not on my watch list. That's not to say it won't set up later for a secondary trade, but for my initial opening range breakout or breakdown watch list, it didn't make the cut. So we got about 5 minutes to the open here, and I don't see anything that's standing out at the moment. Nothing at all. Alright, so let's switch screen share here. Wrong one. Wrong one. There we go. This may be a snoozer of an open here. Right now, LOW, I need it to really pull back. See, we've got a level here at 80.76. Let me change the color back to green here. I want to see a pullback on this thing. A possible push up to 82.62, which I can't put on this chart yet. Nah. And with the SPY as strong as it is, I'm really not looking at shorting anything. But I want to see a pullback on LOW, possibly to the VWAP here, or this 80.76 level, because I would definitely look at taking this a little early on this pullback. Yep, there goes X. X making a run straight up. But so far out of my watch, I like LOW the best. So just have to make sure I sit back and be patient. See, X is running up, but it's gonna chop around. That's just the way X trades. Yep, I like LOW the best. I like it to tap this and then start to recover. So I can take it, I may get in a little bit early, anticipating the hold, of this level if we hold on this candle. But to me, everything is going to be based on what this does. And the SPY is disappointing at this point. It's not really doing much. The price action on it is terrible. So just sitting here waiting, see what happens with this. See, there is a level here at 80.14 as well. That's the next level down, I see. Somewhere around here. And DLTR is making a strong move up as well. So the way the market has been the last couple of weeks, what I've been having to do is wait an extra 5 or 10 minutes before I take an opening range trade. That's kind of the way what I've had to do to kind of let the market settle and give me a clear direction. So we got about 30 seconds left in this candle. If VWAP holds, then I'm going to feel a little more confident about taking this before we break the high of this first 5 minutes. Because I'm the looking at the 2 minute. So I got to give it a couple minutes here. We did hold. So I got to give it a couple minutes. I want to see this 2 minute candle close. See DLTR giving us a strong opening range breakout. See, we're under the 9, so we're sitting on a VWAP, but we're under the 9. So I'm giving it a couple of minutes to kind of settle here. All right, again, we close over the VWAP, but we don't have a strong push up. Yeah, we're not getting that push. Yeah, DLTR was a solid opening range breakout. LOW, we may have to wait a couple minutes. Like I said, sometimes I wait an extra 5 or 10 minutes
TGT.
just to make sure that I have a clear direction. And this is looking relatively weak at this point. So just waiting. So you can look at DLTR here. That was a nice opening range break. We're struggling here at 81.50 though. But if you got in, you should have taken profit here at 82.
TGT.
So you would have at least locked in some profit here. See, BBY is losing VWAP. So I think we got the big sell at the open. People who was holding this overnight sold it. So let's see if we can get another leg up. That's really what I'm looking for here. Just don't take off on me, please. All right, I'm trying to get in here at 81.11. Don't know if we're going to get hit or not. I might have got lost
TGT.
in the shuffle here. Yeah, god dog it. I'm going to have to do the opening range break over. I can't get filled. It's taking off on me. Wow. If only it's taking off on me. See if we can get a little pullback towards 50. Oh, I already got this order out. See if I can get filled at 50 is it for me. because 35 is the opening range high. All right, let's see if 65 will do it. I don't think it'll come back to 65.
TGT.
All right, it did get filled. I probably should have held it at 50, but I did get filled at 65.
MYL.
My stop's gonna have to be the pre-market high. I mean, not the pre-market high, the 5-minute high, which is 81.35. That's that's the problem with getting such a bad entry. I got such a bad entry on this, so I've got to kind of stick to my stop here and then see if I can get a better entry.
TGT.
So now we're stuck here. I'm looking for the push up through 82 is what I'm looking for. I don't have another level until 82.62. Um, but I want to take half through 82. I want to lock in half through 82. Probably around 82.05 or so. This is having trouble.
TGT.
Let me see, where is 8107? All right, I want to put an order out 8205. So look for just to move through 82 to get that first fill. And I'm the type person, I always I'm on edge until I get that first fill. And then once I get it, I'm pretty comfortable. So I don't have a hard stop in, but I will I will bail out if this doesn't give me what I'm looking for. We're not getting a pop like I wanted.
ETSC.
I wanted to see a pop over 82, but it's kind of hung up at 82. All right, we got filled at 82.05. There's a pop. I was a little bit conservative on that. Looking for 82. See, 82.62 is gonna be my next. So I'm gonna put an order out at 82.60. See if we can get it hit. So 82.60, I've got an order sitting out. See if we can run it up. My profit stop is going to be back at break even, 81.65.
SRPT.
Oh, come on. Came close. I couldn't get up that high. We came close. God dog it. Maybe we can get it there. I may need to put it at 55. What it looks like.
ETSC.
55 may be it. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe we can get 60 out of it. I hate being greedy, but uh, I believe 55. Let's see if we can get it again. I hope we're not pull. God dog it. Come on, give me 55 again. All right, got hit at 55. All right, out more. Now we're gonna see if we can get through 82, possibly 83. Cause I've got 50. My stop, my profit stop is gonna be back at um my first cover, which was 80. Well, I'm gonna do 82.25.
ETSC.
So that's my stop. Um, let's say I'm looking at 80, possibly 83.05. I mean, I want to do 83.15 or so because of what it did the last time, but I think it might sell there. We might get a pullback at 83. So let's see. I'm gonna wait. Give it a minute if I put this order out. Because if it starts to turn here, I'm gonna cut it off. If I get a 2-minute candle to make a new low, I'm gonna take it off. I want to lock in the profit that I have up here, and then I can wait for the
Low.
pullback. Because I do think we're gonna get a pullback here. Yeah, I don't like it here. I do think we're gonna get a pullback. Yep. I'm out. 82.54. Just in case. And I'll be ready for the next. I'll
ETSC.
be ready for the pullback if we get it. Let me see what did I get out at? I just marketed it out. Let's see. I got out 82.50. I mean, it cost me cost me some commissions, but I think we got a pullback coming before we make the next move up. So I'll look for the pullback here against VWAP and look to get long again. All right, thanks. Good job, guys. Those of you that got this trade, good job. This is what we're doing.
ETSC.
We're trading for skill. We're looking at and trying to develop the skill of trading. Because you do this with small share size first, and because if you mess up, then you're not going to lose as much. So you develop your skill, you learn how to do this day in and day out, and the money's going to be there at the end of the day. So right now we're waiting for the pullback on the VWAP here and the 9. So I'm going to wait to see if we get a bounce and see if we can get the next move on up. I think we can get 83.65 up to 84 today. So I like scaling out because what it does is I can lock in profit and it
ETSC.
gives me more patience to let the trade work out. And the more time you spend trading, the more time you realize
IPXL.
you'll be able to detect a change in um, momentum. I could tell that we were going down. There was a change in direction. We couldn't quite get to 83 like I wanted to. So I knew we were going to get a pullback here at some point, possibly back to the VWAP and the 9 here. So I'm going to wait to see if I get a trade set up off of this.
TASR.
You could have taken a chance and shorted
ETSC.
the pullback, but off of that 82.62 level. Remember, there was a level here at 82.62. I should have drew it. There was a daily level here
Love.
that I was looking to hit to start with. But I got a little nervous and took it a little bit early, but at 55. But I had it at 60, but I didn't think we would get there. So I dropped it 5 cents to make sure I get hit. Sometimes I get greedy and I'll put an order out there, it never gets hit, and I don't get to take profit. All right, so we may be bouncing here. So what I like to do is wait for this candle to close, which is, we still got 4 minutes left. I like to wait for this candle to close, or if we're green and it looks like we're getting some support here, I'll look at the 2-minute, and if we're continuing to make higher lows on the 2-minute, then I'll get in. I like this to come down and actually sit on it and test it. That's what I really like to do for it to do. But we have to trade what the chart tells us and what it gives us. The thing is, you just have to be patient and not jump
Love.
in and not anticipate. Early on, I would have jumped back in here thinking that we were going to go back. See here, we're getting this nice pullback here. Nice pullback. Nice, nice catch on that reversal rod. Nice catch on it.
MPC.
Now some of these actually pull back to the 20. Some of them actually lose VWAP and pull back to the 20. And that's not uncommon at this point. No, I didn't hold it. I got
WTW.
my order got hit right at 4 o'clock. You know, you can see the video. I did a video on it last night, and you'll see where the bid I had sitting out on that level, that 44, that 1415 level or 1414 level, right at 4 o'clock that bid got hit. So I wasn't holding overnight.
MPC.
Nice, your 10th green day in a row. That's good to hear. And that's all we're trying to do is to teach you how to be consistent. But you have to learn small. You have you develop your skill because you got to crawl before you can walk. And learning this skill with smaller size that allows you to make a little bit more mistakes. You know, all of these are learning opportunities. They're all learning opportunities.
WTW.
What's WTW doing? There's the long. Yep, there is the long. That was the only trade I would take on it, is to the long side. But I'm still tracking LOW, so I didn't have that one on my watch.
Love.
All right, see here we're starting to bounce here. I gotta wait. I gotta give this a couple of minutes to confirm that that's what it's doing. That's my trading style. I can anticipate it and use the 9 as my guide, but I'm a little bit more conservative. Yeah, sure trader lets you short stocks. Um, as long as they have the availability of shares that you can short all day. Now sometimes I get fooled on this 2 minute candle. You know, I do. It happens.
WTW.
But so I'm ready for it. I hope this candle doesn't close and it takes off on me. Trying to get as close an entry to this as possible. Yeah, I think it's not gonna come back too much. God dog it, this thing drives me insane. Um,
U,
all right, I'm in at 81.97. I didn't want to click it just yet, but that freaking short, I hate it when they do that. They drive me crazy. It's not, it's really not ready yet. I mean, you need to, I like to wait a little bit longer. I like to get a little bit better entry, but it is what it is. I don't know why they flashed that big old thing right there in your way. All right, so I'm in at 81.98. Let me set my stop because this thing might go south on me. Let's see. 81.98, 81.68
U,
is my max, is the max I'm gonna give it. See, the VWAP has got to hold, and this 5 minute candle really did not close. So I got to give it the VWAP. That's what I'm basing this trade off of, the whole of VWAP. Now it can pull back and it can test this 20. Okay, so you gotta make sure that when you get in and you putting in your stop that you're gonna give it enough room to where it can possibly test this 20. So we're still holding the VWAP here. We're just not getting a good push off of this. So this is 81.32. So we can absolutely get the pullback to we can absolutely get the pullback here to the 20.
U,
So I gotta give it that room. Here the 2 minute is kind of sitting on VWAP here. This candle is about to close. But this is gotta give it that room. Now in this case, if it pulls back and it holds, if you have the ability to possibly add to get a better average, that would be a safe spot. But you have to make sure that it holds. You don't want to just add on the way down and it's not holding. You got to make sure that this thing bounces.
U,
Yeah, if this 20, so I'm watching this pretty close here because we may get a bounce. This happens a lot. I see this a lot to where we start to get the push up, then we pull back to the 20, and then it takes off. Yeah, Steven, it's looking a little weak now. No doubt about it. But that doesn't mean that we're gonna just go south. All right, let's take a look at EW real quick. Let me see. I'm gonna put in, got 81. So I'm waiting to see if this 20 is gonna hold. I'm looking for it. If it doesn't hold this, then this trade is dead in the water. But make sure you stick to your risk tolerance. Yep, this closed below the 20. So I may have to, this is definitely weak here.
U, Oh shoot. We got a blackout here. Uh, I'm gonna have to restart this. God dog it. Got a blackout. Doesn't that suck? U,
I hate it when this happens. All right, guys, give me a second. I gotta log back in here.
HTZ.
Make sure this doesn't happen again. All right. I don't know why I get a blackout every now and then.
HTZ.
Come on. All right, there we go. We back. Let's see, what am I trading? LOW. All right, sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. I'm gonna have to draw my
HTZ.
levels again. This is
U.
the other thing that drives me insane is I have to draw my levels over. So 82.62 is the level I'm looking to get to. Looking to get there. 80.76 is another level. No, 82.62. I already did that one. 82.62. 80.76. Can't get this exact, but that's close enough. So those are the two levels that we're kind of working in between. Um, if we can't hold above this, if this thing continues to show weakness, I'm gonna have to dump it. Yeah, Kenneth, like I said, you got to stick to your risk tolerance. That's why I was laying out my plan. Like, look, you gotta let it test this. We lost it, but then it got bought right back up. So I want to see if we're gonna get it, if we're gonna get a chance to run back up here. I got it. This candle here is gonna kind of give me an indication as to what I need to do. Now I'm using my technical levels and I'm using the price action to kind of guide me, to let me know what I need to do in this case. So if we can get through 82 on this push, I'd be extremely happy. Really, first things first, I need this candle to close above the VWAP and the 9. If this candle closes above it, then I'll look to see if we can push to 82. But first things first, got to take these in stages. Looks like I'm gonna need some more coffee this morning. Gonna need some more coffee this morning. Yeah, see, we're pulling back right at the close. We had a freaking doji, big indecision candle. So I have confidence, no confidence in this at this point. It's gonna have to show me something, or else I gotta let it go. You know, trying to be patient and let it work itself out. But everybody's gone. Everybody that was interested in this thing is pretty much gone. I mean, look at the volume. Very disappointing. The second move was very, very disappointing. But this is the hazards of trading. I mean, that's what it is. Let's see. Let me see if this thing, if we continue to put in higher lows, we may be in good shape. You know, technically this trade has to make sense. Joe, my stop is gonna be a loss of the 20. It's always been, that's been my technical stop, a loss of the 20. You know, here we closed below it, but then we immediately got bought back up. So that's what kept me from getting out here. You know, but we got this candle, it did close above the 9 and the VWAP, but it was a doji, still indecision. You know, this thing still feels kind of weak. But I have to trust my technical levels. I have to trust the technicals. And once the technicals tell me that this trade is dead, you know, then I'll take it off. Yep, I need my second cup. Don't like, usually don't like 2 cups of coffee in the morning, but don't have a choice today. I'm in a fight. I'm in the green, forget that coffee. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, guys, this is what I mean by just hanging in there till the technicals tell you. Once this tells me that this trade is dead, I'm going to stick with it. Now I'm back break even. So if we can get through 82, maybe get a push up, and test this 82.60 level again. I plan on taking half off at 55 again. So this platform drives me crazy sometimes because I'm trying to split it between screens. It's got to get away from this 82. It's still not in the clear. I'm still filling my cup up. Ouch. That cup is hot. See if it's gonna have any luck here pushing 82, or if it's just gonna chop around. I think you got some people that got tired of it and just took it off. They got tired of dealing with it. The market has kind of relegated to chop now. All right, so I'm gonna put in my max loss stop right now. It's gonna be 81.48. So I'm giving it 50 cents. We've already had the major pullback. If it does it again, then this thing is not gonna work. So let me wait for this candle. If it takes off, I'm not gonna have to put it in. We might be able to go ahead and take. Nah, we're having trouble. Yeah, we're having trouble. All right, I'll be right back. Got to take a pit stop. All right, guys. Those of you that are here watching our sneak peek Wednesday, we're getting ready to sign off. Here's another pullback here. It's trying to test. I think it's just, I don't know if it's seeking stop losses again. I'm gonna pull this off and wait. If I get a close below the 20 here, I'll take it off. but we're still holding the trend. We're still trending up. So I don't know if this thing is just seeking stops or what. You know, as long as these bounces, we're making higher lows, and maybe we start grinding back up. Just have to wait and see. Wait and see what this does. But thank you guys for stopping by, spending some time with us. Hopefully you see what happens in the room. What you saw today, this is the actual platform that I stream in chat. And no, this is the audio that you get, while we're active. So if it's something that you like or that you may be interested in, just go to AverageJoeTrader.com. Go to the services page and you can sign up. You see what we offer. You see exactly what you get. So you guys have a great rest of the day. Stay green. Remember to trade for skill, not for money. And we'll be back at it 8:30 tomorrow morning. I'll be doing my watch list build. So I'll see you guys then.